guys all hear my voice? Okay, so
Yes.
all right. So we may now start our lesson today. So good afternoon. How are you guys? All right. I think all of you guys maybe a little bit sleepy because we just have had our lunch and you may just woke up from your bed, but without any excuse, we have to start our lesson today. All right. So before we start our lesson, I'm going to ask you guys few questions which is related to our lesson today. And today's topic is actually about a poem. And next, I'm going to show you guys few pictures. Yes, so here are total six different pictures. I'm going to ask you guys, what is the picture telling us? Okay, understand? All right. So can anyone tell me what is the first picture is showing? I'll be the example first because we can see that from the first picture, there's a man sitting on the ground. Um, I and from the environment and he's dressed up. I think he's like a homeless people, and so we can guess he's a homeless. All right, so just like this, you can describe the picture and tell us what is the picture telling us. Okay, how about the second one? The second one is a bit complex, I think. So if you guys do not understand, I will explain to you guys later. And oh, I forgot to mention that. Okay, okay, so just ignore the the okay, let's just get back to our lesson today. Sorry for the connection. Okay, I think now it's better, right? All right, so let's move on to our third pictures. I forgot to mention that each pictures refer to different theme of the poem, and each picture which means a different stanza's theme in our poem. And later we are going to learn. Okay, so let's move on to the third picture. So from this one, we can see that there's a man, an old man sitting on the chair, and there's a lot of different stuffs. There's a lot of books and planets, and we can see that his room is very messy, and you can also see a little bit dirty, right? So from this picture, we can we can see this man is kind of maybe a holder. And later I'm going to explain to you guys what is the meaning of holder. And for the fourth picture, and I think this one is quite obvious. And can anyone tell me what is the picture means? Or you can just tell me the English name. How about Yang Xingyu? You can hear me, right?
Can you repeat your question?
Okay, can you tell me what is the meaning and what is the picture telling us for the fourth picture here?
It was just a baby and a smile.
Yes, there was a baby. So without any haste. Okay, the answer is obvious. And how about the fifth one here? Can anyone tell me what is the man? What does he's doing? How about Dao Dao? Are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I think this man is a sing song. Yeah.
All right, you got the right one. Yes, the man is singing. How about the last one? I think Abby answered this one. So for the last one, the picture is showing a monster and he's yelling and shocked to us. Okay. Um, so why I'm going to show you guys those pictures, because different pictures means different topics of our poem today. So now we are going to move on the poem, and for the meaning of these new words, which is referred to our picture from last slide here. So the first picture here, the man, the homeless man, which referred to a wonder, which means a man is homeless. Okay, and for the second picture here, which is actually means a winder. Winder means a lot of lines, and he's like a, a man who is good at lines. So this one is quite difficult to understand, but later when we read the poem, you may know the meaning. And the third one is actually means holder. Holder means the people who is messy and who is a bit dirty. Yes. And the fourth one always is baby. And the fifth one, singer. And the last one will be monster. All right. So now let's move on to our poem today. So the name of the poem is The River by Valor Bloom. So I don't know if you guys have heard this poem before, especially in Malaysia. But I don't know if we have this poem in China or we have the Chinese version. I haven't heard it in Chinese, but in Malaysia it's very famous. Okay. So before we start to study this poem, I want you guys to watch a video clip which is about reading this poem. And after finish watching, I want you guys to read something and with your emotion. Okay. And I'm going to pick a few of you guys to represent our students to read. Okay, so now let's move on to the video clip.
The rivers are winding through valleys.
Okay. So after finish watching this poem, what do you guys think? And can you just tell me what is the first image that comes to your mind? How about who is here? Is Yang Xinyu here? Where's Yang Xinyu? All right. Okay, never mind. Okay. So we can say that from this video, there's a teacher and is reading this poem to his students, and we can also say that he's actually beside a river. So with this kind of views and with this kind of poem, and we can see that he's reading this poem very emotional. So when I first read this poem, the first image comes to my mind is actually quiet and peaceful, right? And we can also feel that this poem makes us feel relaxed. Okay, so next I want to choose a volunteer, or maybe we can go this together. Just read this whole poem together, okay? So maybe if you guys can turn on your microphone, just turn on, okay? Or maybe I can choose someone to read after me. How about how about Zhenrong? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, can you read after me?
Okay. Make it bigger.
All right, can you
Okay.
see it clear?
Yeah. The
Okay.
rivers wandered. Normand or trammed. He doesn't choose one place to set up his camp. The rivers wander through valley and hill. He twists and he turns. He just cannot be still. The river's a holder, and he bursts down steep. Those little trousers that he wants to keep. The river's a baby. He guggles and hums and sounds like he's happily sucking his thumbs. The river's a singer as he dances along. The countryside echoes the notes of his song. The river's monster, hungry and vexed, he's globed up trees and he's slaughtered your nest.
All right, great. Okay, thank you so much, Zhenrong. Okay, so after reading this poem, I'm going to ask you guys few questions based on your own understanding. Okay, and okay, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, so before that, I want to choose or divide you guys into different groups, and I want you guys to roll different characteristics, and maybe we can have like 6 groups. Okay, so refer to our attendance today. I think maybe we can just divide into like 2 groups. Okay, so each group is going to choose your favorite characteristics, and later I'm going to show you guys here. Yeah, you guys can refer to this. There's got 6 different characters in this poem. There's got wonder, winder, holder, also baby singer, and monster. Okay, so you can choose your favorite character, this character based on your understanding to this poem. Okay. So if you hear me, you can just text on the chat box or our WeChat group. Okay, if you guys do not understand, I can repeat in Chinese one more time. 各位听懂了吗？不用听懂，就分个小组，然后我们各位待会儿就角色扮演一下，这个待会儿再看吧。我会提醒大家的。这个部分我们可能时间比较紧张，我们就可能快速的过一遍就 OK 了。OK。Alright, so I'm going to give you guys like 5 minutes to read this poem by yourself. And later I'm going to explain to you guys the meaning standard by standard. And based on the analyze, you can start your own role play. Okay, so you may read from now. Alright, okay, time's out. Alright, not going to give you so much time because we got other task to do. Okay, so what do you guys think about this poem? Can you tell me what is the theme and what is the main topic of this poem? Anyone knows about this? So if you guys do not know, you can raise your hands up and just tell me, okay? Alright, so how about I will explain and lead you guys to read this poem standard by standard and explain to you guys the meaning. Alright, so we can see that the first stanza is actually describe the wonder, okay? A dom, a trump, and he does not choose one place to set up his camp. So from this stanza, we can see that the river is actually characterized as a wonder. And the fox is in this stanza is about the world's wonder, a Norman tramp. So the river is like a real person, a wanderer who keeps like on moving from one place to the other without stopping at any particular place for long. So like steam goes to the river, which continues flowing and never stops. You can also refer to our humans characteristics, like some in our normal life, some people he have some like nice personality, which is nothing can stop him. All right, so maybe you can see he's brave and he can just hang on and keep going. Okay, for the next stanza, the river's a winder. So what is actually winder means? We can see from this stanza. So it tell us keeps like twisting and turning and just cannot seem to be able to keep still. So it's like we cannot keep still. So if it does not rest or stops, this part is actually quite similar with stanza 1. The like river's personality never stop and never rest. Even though there are valleys or hills up front, the river will continue flowing and by adapting the surface on the earth. It takes about the inability of the river to remain at rest like a child who is unable to keep still. Okay, which remains a good personality. And for the third stanza, okay, so what is actually holder means? So here, the river is like a person, a holder who is like to accumulate or gather things, like the pictures showing just now. A man sitting on a chair and a lot of stuffs gathered by him in his own room. And after gather those things, they are well hidden or guarded from others, or at its base or bottom. So because when the river flows, it won't stop to evade things which come across its way. So the river will carry all the things together and bring them in the river bed. So all the hiding things at the bottom of the river gives like a mysterious area. So that means all the mysteries will come out in one day in the future. So no secrets at all. So for the fourth standard, and here the river is like a baby. So here the river is pictured as a baby. The sound of running water of a river is characterized as the sound of a baby. Maybe here the river is kind and soft and gilding human and sucking his own tongue. So here is a little bit cute. In addition, a baby's voice sometimes can be too loud and sometimes it can be too slow. So same goes to the river, and whenever he goes fast down the stream, the sound is loud, and when it comes to a more flat ground, and the sound lessens, and sometimes it cannot be heard at all. So we can see that the river is very complex. And in stanza 5, the river is portrayed as a singer. It seems that the river's movement is significant to the movement of the singer on the stage. So maybe the voice of the river is sometimes the voice is very nice, and while moving, the river moves with sounds, and the sound of flowing water of the river resonates, and it heard throughout the countryside. Yes, okay. So for the last stanza, the river is said to be a monster. This is the more scary part for a river, which can cause like massive destruction and when it's hungry. So because when the river level increases and the speed of the stream is boosted, so it will be a disaster that no one could stop it until it elevates itself. And it also shows how a calm river can turn into a destructive force of nature, especially during a flood, which in turn can destroy like properties and even cause death to people. So that's is a scary part of the river. So as our human beings, from this whole poem, my feeling is we have to respect nature and we have to respect river so that they will not hurt us. Okay, it's clear and understand the meaning of this poem. If you guys have anything do not clear, you can just text your questions on the chat box, okay? Or maybe you can just ask me after class or in our WeChat group. All right. So now you guys the main theme of this poem. Okay, so actually this poem theme in here is about man and life, which refer to our human beings. This man is not only point a man. This man is actually means our whole human beings and our like the whole life. But also, this theme also got a hidden meaning behind the word river, which refers to the human, and which is because our man, our human, can choose to lead a stable life or move around in search of his dreams and experience. And during his travels, man collects experiences and memories. Besides that, man also faces challenges in life, and this can promote him to be destructive. Okay, so this river, on the surface meaning, is it seems like describe the river, the river's personality, but in the hidden meaning, it's actually referred to our human beings. Okay, so I understand the whole thing, but later I'm going to ask you. All right. So here are like some moral values that is referred to our home, and I want you guys later to answer this moral values to me, okay? And now I'm going to pick like one student to answer. What is the moral values in this poem and what have you learned? Oh, sorry, I just click it. how about who is here? How about like Freya, 珍重, are you here?
Okay.
Okay.
I think we must value the life experience, no matter it's a good life experience or.
Okay. Yes, that's true. I think your net is, I cannot hear you. Okay. So Freya tell us that we have to value our life, no matter the life is whatever. Okay, so how about the rest? Do you have any ideas about the moral value here? Okay, I'll show you guys. I have summarized 4 different moral values here. Okay, so the first one is actually we must strive for stability in life, which is referred to the river. He's never stopped to flow, so we also have to learn from the river. And the second one is we must value life experience, as Freya said. Yes, we have to value our life. And the third one is we should keep good memories in life and the people close to us. Yes, that's true. Because in our short life, we have only like very less times to stay with our friends and our relevance. So we have to value and keep those good memories. Okay. So the first one is we should take care of our environment. Yes, but not polluting our environment and cutting down trees. So I think this one is very important, especially for our young generations, as you guys too. We have to take care of this environment that we live on. So do not throw the rubbish anywhere, and you should like always clean up the nature and the tree. Take care of the trees, flowers. All right. So actually we have a role play, but I'm going to maybe put it after our next lesson, or maybe you guys can. Oh, okay. How about this? You guys can record a video clip by yourself, because since the COVID-19, we have to have our lesson online. So it's difficult for us to having role play session. So maybe you guys can sit like sit in different groups, and each group have 2 students, and you two will record your role play based on the 6 different themes. Okay, and later I will put the instructions in our WeChat group, and I want you guys to go home today and record the video and submit me to maybe tomorrow. All right. Okay. So I think at the end of our lesson today, I want to choose a student to have a quick summarize and tell me what have you learned and what moral values have you learned. Okay. So any volunteers? So if you know any volunteer, I want you guys to answer this question. And I will pick. Okay. And okay, before that, Actually, I want to take you guys to a river that's near to our school, but due to the COVID-19, it's difficult for us. We have to do the test. So maybe we have to delay our trip maybe for next week. Next week I'm going to on leave, so that's a pity. But never mind. Okay. So how about who is going to answer? How about Yang Xingyu?
Yes.
What is favorite moral values in this poem, and which moral values is where is important to you here?
The third, we should keep good memories in life and people close to us.
All right, okay, yes, that's great. And by the way, Yang Xingyu, can you tell me, do you prefer living countryside or city?
I prefer living in countryside, but if we living in city, it was more suitable for make money. When I was young age, I will choose to live in city.
All right, I see. Okay, so yes, I think I have the same thinking with you, because countryside is quiet when we're getting older. Maybe countryside is the first choice for us. All right, so how about Dao Dao? Do you prefer living like city or countryside? Because we all know that the river and all the beautiful views is in countryside. Which one do you prefer, Dao Dao?
I'm here. I like the countryside.
Okay. I think the voice is quite it's too loud. All right, never mind. Okay, so you said you love the countryside. Okay, so I think uh, part of ours all like countryside. So am I. But as Yang said, if we living in a city, there will be more convenience and we can earn more money. So both we have like advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so I think that's the end of our lesson today, and I want you guys, by the way, here's your task here. I want you guys to make a home task, which is make your own poem. And at first I want you guys to write it down in a class, but we do not have enough time. And never mind. And the poem is actually begin with the river is blah 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 blah. Do you guys understand? I will write it down on the chat box. Okay, so you guys have to write your own poem, and with the beginning with river is blah 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 blah. Okay, so you can like put your own images and put your own thinking. You can image what is the river is in your own mind, and you have to write it down and submit me next week. Okay, and don't forget your video records about the role play. Okay, so if any of you guys do not understand, you can just ask me after the class. All right, so I think that's it. That's all of our lesson today, and see you guys on the next class. And all right, bye bye.